Where are you at now compared to when you started, Lauren?
Like light years difference. Like I not only do I feel different, but and do I look different, but I show up with and I'll get emotional to be honest, but
Mm.
I show up with intention. You're just one decision away from saying yes to yourself, and literally changing your whole life. My name is Lauren Miller. I am 34. I'm going to be 35 this year. I'm a mom of two girls, 4 years old and about to be two, Nora and Kenna. And I'm also a certified nutrition coach here at a local gym in Kewaskum, Wisconsin, my hometown, which I absolutely love to do and am very passionate about helping the people that I know within my community, my friends, my family, and yeah, so it really fills my cup.
You stay busy. Walk us through what your day-to-day life looks like right now with work, kids, your schedule, all the things.
Yeah, and busy is a really funny word to me because it's so busy right now, but it is so fulfilling that I just can't imagine it being any other way. I work part-time, so I'm working like 20, 25 hours a week, but and then I'm spending my time with my girls and I absolutely love it. And it is so stressful and so amazing in the best ways. Especially because I feel like I have to give a lot to humans. So I'm giving to my kids. I'm also married. So for my husband, and he works so hard, and then to my clients and to the people at the gym in my community. So yes, it's busy, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
I love it. You were doing a lot of things right before we even started together. Where do you feel like that things just weren't fully clicking yet for you?
Yeah, I really did see some really good success. So postpartum after my first daughter, and then after my second, I really just everything kind of started to click for me. I had started this new job in my hometown, like my schedule was different. It was more conducive to my life and just like what Brian, my husband, and I wanted for our life. So I feel like my stress was really well managed, and that mattered a lot for me. But the difference I think was like I got to a point in my journey after that, after my second daughter, that I was like, I feel like I'm at a standstill and I don't know that I have the energy to put into it myself without kind of spinning my wheels. Like I obviously saw some great success. I was very, very happy with where I was. But I just really wanted to take it up a notch and I just didn't really know what my body was capable of either. So I really wanted to outsource that. And I knew that you were going to be the person that I wanted it to be with. So yeah, that time was just the time for me and I just went with it.
You're a coach yourself, obviously, so you're pretty knowledgeable on what to do. Where did you notice the gap between what you knew how to do and what you were actually executing consistently?
Consistency. Like I think that was really just the biggest thing for me. Like I was finally to a point where I was working out in a consistent pattern that felt good for me. Like it wasn't too much, but it was like challenging me too. And that was something that was really missing after I had my first daughter was consistent workouts. But it was just really like showing up for myself in a way that wasn't only workouts, wasn't only nutrition, it wasn't only like focusing on my sleep. Like it was just so intentional and had a different perspective that it allowed for me to fill my cup in so many other ways and think of myself first, rather than the other way around.
That's so good. A lot of moms, I think, forget how important that is.
Yes, yes. And I think the longer that we just go without acknowledging it, the more burnout we have and the more resentment almost we have. And I speak from that from experience too, is just like resentment from people who get to do all of these things around me when really it's like that's in my control. I just wasn't doing it.
Or even having open converse. I had a conversation with someone today where we were just talking about pregnancy and all those things, and just the value of having conversations with moms where it's like, hey, you need support too. What do you need in order to be able to take care of yourself? And I
Yeah.
think having normalizing those conversations, especially like freshly postpartum, but beyond into the years of, hey, how can we fill your cup too with all that you have
Yes.
going on, not only as a mom, but as a wife and a career-driven woman
Hmm.
too. So
Hmm.
I love that you shared that. What do you feel was the most like frustrating part about knowing, hey, Lauren, you're capable for more, but you just weren't fully seeing it play out with your lack of consistency or what you were doing at that time?
I think for me, it was just like kind of starting to feel like I knew I had to give more effort in order to see my body level up. But it also was really difficult for me as a mom and a wife to like put that attention to myself. So I needed that person that was going to be in my corner to always defend me, to say like this is okay, like you should be doing this. And while I know that because I tell my clients the same thing, right? Sometimes it's just hard to stick up for yourself when you are really truly going down that journey of having the better body or feeling a certain way or focusing on like your nutrition, your workouts, like all of those things. So I think that was really the biggest thing for me.
And then how did you find Totality or come across my coaching?
So once upon a time, I think I saw your beautiful face on the Wellness for Life website in West Bend, and I think I followed you from there. Gosh, I don't really know exactly when it was, but your approach, your like the way you live your life, like it's so similar to the way that I coach clients myself, and I just knew that I needed a me for me. And so that's what really drew me to you and to your totality program.
I love that. Did you have any hesitation around the timing of when you started or the investment before starting, or was it fully just the knowing the effort that would have to go into leveling up?
Yeah, no, I had no hesitation. And honestly, I started in October of last year, going into the busiest time of the year. And I did that very intentionally. With the holidays approaching, like fall coming to an end, like we were just going into a very busy season. And the girls are crazy and they're toddlers. And I just knew around that holiday season, I was going to need some structure because I know myself from years past that I didn't want to start off 2026 feeling like garbage and having to like reset and like, recalibrate myself. I really wanted to go into 2026 with already feeling so good and having a plan for myself and just taking off from there.
Even though the timing wasn't ideal or perfect, you were literally like, this decision is so worth it,
Yeah.
knowing the patterns of what I've seen in the past during these times of the
Yes.
year. That's awesome.
Exactly.
You weren't starting from scratch. You were already in a really good place with a lot of good habits in place. What made you decide, hey, now's the time I want to get a little extra help and still invest in some coaching? Because I think I even told you on our initial call, like, you could probably figure it out on your own. It's just probably going to take you twice as long. What
Hmm.
was that step for you where you were like, okay, I'm going to do it anyways, and I choose that over the extra time that it may take?
I know myself and I'm a giver. Like I give to everyone else and I know that that can sometimes be a fault of mine and it stresses me out, right? Like it holds me back from the focus and the attention that I need to be putting on myself. And I just didn't want to put myself on the back burner anymore. And comparing my two postpartum journeys, like that's exactly where I was after having my first daughter. I was just in this spiraling rut of spinning my wheels for myself, but also like giving so much to other people that I knew I was in a really good place to be leveling up like my journey and continuing to put my foot on the gas for myself. That I couldn't let up. And that was the time right then and there when I think it was just randomly a day that I was scrolling on Instagram too. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm reaching out. I want to book a discovery call because I feel really good right now and I want more.
So good. I love that. What did having a coach in your corner actually look like on a week to week basis for you?
Honestly, I feel like it was just so like comfortable. I just had that person that I knew was going to show up for me every single week and offer me feedback, offer me like hype when I needed it, offer me anything that I needed because you ask every single week like what do you need from me? And even if I didn't really know in the moment, like you always seem to be able to pull that out from my from my coaching check-ins, um, and offer me something that I didn't know I needed. So I think that was always really huge. And just like I said, just having somebody that lives a life that I know that I want, in terms of my health, and focusing on not perfection, but having the structure and the systems and the tools in place to be able to do it for the rest of my life while raising kids, and the seasons changing so fast that that was really what it was for me.
That's such the importance of totality and why I built totality. So I appreciate you saying that just because a lot of people try and go all in, balls to the walls with a super rigid workout program that makes
Yeah.
them change their gyms because the coach prefers machines over something else, or a
Hmm.
rigid meal plan that literally is impossible to follow as a mom of two. So meeting you where you're at, not only at the beginning, but adapting that throughout the time, I think was so impactful for you. And not only
Yeah.
during that time, but also to get you to where you're at now, which is awesome.
If I can add one thing to
Yeah.
that too, it was always very clear that you cared what was on my schedule, like week to week.
Yeah.
Like, what do you have coming up? What's going to be a barrier? What's working well, what's not? Like that, we always talked about those things, but it didn't matter if it was like Monday through Friday or if it was a weekend thing, like whether it was a 24-hour plan or a whole weekend or a whole week, like you always asked. And we together decided like what were the focus things for that week and what was just, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I think that also was really helpful to just hear that from somebody and know that it's okay. Like it's truly okay to not do all of it, every single week, all the time. So I think that was another thing too.
And if your coach is telling you that, they're probably lying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, let's be so for real.
Seriously.
No, it's good to have that flexibility. One of my values is collaboration. Like, I can
Yeah.
tell you what I would want you to do in certain moments, but it's important to collaborate with my
Hmm.
client at the time where you guys are feeling supported, but understood and so heard. Like, hey, this is what I'm going through and what I need on my end as well. It's
Right.
not just I'm telling you what to do, but I need to know that this is something you can actually do
Exactly.
to the reality and realistic part of it. What do
Yeah.
you feel like was the biggest thing that changed for you once you had that accountability outside of yourself?
I think I honestly just proved to myself that I can do it all. Like if I wanted to,
I
like,
can have my cake and eat it
yeah, like
too.
I can do it all. Like I've done it and I've proved it, but it's not necessary to move the needle forward all the time, you know?
Yeah.
So being able to make that decision and have the confidence to push harder where I need to, step back where I need to, like just always feeling like I'm in control because I am. And really just instilling those foundations, I think were just so huge for me that now, 6 months later, like I can confidently say, like, I show up where I need to, and I know where I need to pull back when I need to and if I need to. Um, yeah, it was
Yeah.
really just, yeah, that.
So good. As a mom with a full schedule, work, all the things, taking care of and prioritizing your health, what does that consistency or did it look like for you realistically during our time together? Not perfect days, but just like real life. So, like other people, if they do watch this, what can they kind of take away from that? Because a lot of people do have that very all in, all out, black or white perspective. What did that look like for you?
So it's funny because like I knew this too, right? But like my personal life, my home life, my family life with my kids really is no different than fitness or wellness. Like
Mhm.
I schedule in my workouts, I schedule in like my grocery shopping, all of those things. Like your personal life can be that easy. I hate to say easy, but it can be that simple to create consistency. Like, and especially with kids, like kids love routine, they love structure. Guess what? So does health and wellness and progress. So if you can somehow combine those two to work seamlessly together, like, yes, my girls are with me a lot when I work out. Is it always great? No, but I get it done. It gets the job done. I show up, I gain that confidence. So same thing with like making meals. Like the girls do it with me a lot, right? And it's just like rep after rep after rep. Like we're just getting better and showing up no matter what, even if it's not perfect, it's not pretty. Like we're just getting what we need done. And some weeks look better or more strategic than the next, but I think just really being able to fully encompass all of it together as much as you can, rather than looking at like my family life is here, my work life is here, my fitness is here. Like all three of those things can be in the same pillar, right?
Where are you at now compared to when you started, Lauren?
Like light years difference. Like I not only do I feel different, but and do I look different, but I show up with, and I'll get emotional to be honest, but
Mm,
I show up with intention and I show up really happy that I invested in myself because it pours into my family. And that's the whole point, right? Like it's not just about me. And it can be if you want it to be. Like this is not selfish by any means, but it's so important to do that because it does flow over into every ounce of your life if you let it. And I
mm,
think that's so powerful because it's just you're just one decision away from saying yes to yourself, and literally changing your whole life. Because last October to today, I'm so different. I'm a different person and I'm a better mom. I'm a better wife for it. And I'm just so proud that I made that decision.
I love that. That's huge. It shows how much it means to you and has impacted your life that
Yeah,
you get emotional about it, you know? I think tears or the heavy emotion that comes with that is always a good thing. So that's awesome. How are you physically like feeling now compared to before?
really good. Like, I mean, I haven't really missed a beat. Like, I really created a lot of good foundation with you in those 6 months. And we're not stopping. Like, it's just, there's no option for me to stop. And if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Like, we're going to just continue on the same path. So, um, I mean, do I miss some things here and there because I don't have someone asking me like, hey, are you doing all of these things? Probably, but outside looking in, like I feel really good. And yeah, it's just overall, I'm just super confident with the way that those few months went and the rest of this year is gonna go.
Mhm. Our time together and your progress wasn't just about a number. If anything, that
Yeah.
barely changed,
Yeah.
but you notice massive differences, like you kind of just talked about as well, but even more outside of the scale. What
hmm
changes did you notice in your body, in your routine, in your mindset that mattered a lot more to you than just that number?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like as any mom, after having two kids, like I was just like, I just don't feel great. Like,
Mm,
and I knew that I didn't need to feel that way. And I was putting in a lot of effort and a lot of energy to a lot of things, but it was just being able to set my brain free from like what I needed to do and literally do exactly as our plan laid out for us and trust it and believe in it and just go on with my day. So I mean, slowly every single week, but also at the end of every month when I did my progress pictures, I was like, hmm, I don't know what I'm going to notice here. And every single time I compared them,
blown
I'm like,
away.
what? I
Me
was I
too.
was like, "Oh, okay." So and I think that's the power
Mm,
of literally just showing up and sticking to your plan. Like don't second guess it. You just trust it. Because that's the whole point. Like we're not supposed to have to overthink everything in our
yes.
life. So and I think that's just what made it so fluid. And yes, the scale wasn't changing. And I said from the get-go, I could care less about that. And I knew it maybe wouldn't, because I was focusing on strength and getting as strong as I could, but also bringing down that body fat as much as I could too. And I had no idea, like I said, what my body was capable of in doing in 6 months. But it showed up for me.
Always does. No, that's
Yes.
awesome. A lot of how I explain it too is like we get 100% every day, but then we have so many aspects of our life that go into that 100%, right? Cleaning up after the family, time with your husband, time with your kids, feeding your kids, going to the gym, working on your mental health, and all of that adds to that 100%, right?
Yeah.
And not every day are we going to get 80% to put into nutrition or our
Mhm.
workout or whatever it may be. We have to stretch ourselves among that. And that's where we kind of negate that all or nothing black or white perspective and learn what a healthy routine and system looks like in order to help you outpour into all of these areas that matter to you in
Right.
a capacity that allows you to feel good about it too. You know,
Hmm.
it's not just
Yep.
about showing up in those areas, but also, hey, I feel really good about how I'm showing up in those areas. Because if we
Yep.
start to fall to the point where we're never cleaning our house, it's like we're going to start feeling that negatively, you know? So
Hmm.
we have to find a
Hmm.
rhythm, system, routine that allows us to show up in the capacity that we want to. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. You
Yep.
talked a lot about becoming this like new version of yourself. How did coaching really with Totality help you step into that version in real life for you?
I think it just challenged me in ways to do something different than what I was comfortable with, right? Like even just like the normal daily things, like you said, like cleaning your house and doing the normal stuff that feels really boring to do, but we have to do it. And that's no different than our workouts and our nutrition. And I think there were a lot of times and very often prior to starting coaching that I was trying to do like fit all of these things into like 24 hours. That was just like, we're no, that's stupid. And it's like
Yeah,
really not conducive with like
impossible.
how you want to feel, right? So really just kind of like unlayering all of that and time blocking my day and being present and being where my feet are and whether that was with my workout, whether it was with my meals or whether it was some free time flexibility to like spend with my girls, or maybe I was at work, like I'm just where I am, right? And I'm not thinking about like, oh my gosh, I have all of these things to do. Because I want to be productive, like just to be productive, right? So I think that was a really big thing for me, like was just stepping back and like, okay, we got to breathe and we just have to have a better system for day to day so that you can move the needle forward and so you can have some more breathing room. Like we don't have to do it all in one day.
Hmm. The Rome wasn't built in a day.
No, no, it was
It takes
not.
time. Yeah. And you're stepping into a season now on your own. What do you feel like you might miss most about the coaching experience, the community, and Totality as a whole?
I think really just, I mean, first and foremost, the feedback, like the weekly feedback, just always knowing that I have somebody in my corner. Like, not that I don't think that now, but every single time I filled out my coaching form and like I received my feedback and my response from you, like I very much look forward to that because I like being coached. Like, I like having somebody to tell me what the heck to do
Mhm.
and be able to just fully put all of my trust and my faith into somebody that they'll help me get me where I want to be. So I think that is the biggest thing. I mean, the community is so amazing. All the women, show up for each other. You hit a PR, you got out for an extra walk, like you finally got your butt to bed on time, or like whatever those habits look like. We just always cheered each other on, right? And it's a very like intimate community where we were able to just like throw anything into that conversation and we know somebody's going to show up for us, right?
Mm.
So I think those things are going to be the biggest things that I'll miss a lot.
What would you say to someone who is unsure about starting coaching, whether they had the same reservations as you going into it of there's a lot going on in my schedule and timeline right now, or something completely different? What's something that you would say to them?
Why? Like why are you questioning it? Like if you want the support, if you are looking for something in terms of bettering your health, like there's there's no reason to pause. There's no reason to put it off. Like if you feel called to it, like do it now because you're probably not going to do it tomorrow and you're definitely not going to do it next week or next month. So if you want it now, like do it now. Whether it's cost or timing or whatever that is, like I promise you'll figure it out. And Clarice will make sure that you figure it out too together. So I think that's my first and foremost. Um, But also, like, you deserve it. Like, you deserve to do something that is 100% and solely for you. And it's not just learning how to like count macros or like get to the gym consistently. Like, I promise you, you will get so much more out of it if you're open to it and you trust this process. Like, you will change your life and not just your body.
Mhm. That's so big for totality. It's not just the nutrition and fitness, it's really looking at life in totality. What
Hmm.
is happening in, around, and through us that we can analyze to become the best version of ourselves.
Yeah.
What does that need to look like? If
Yeah.
someone's kind of in your position watching this and they're like, I feel like I could just wait up 6 months, keep trying, figure it out on my own, what would you say to that person?
You got to stop, keep trying. Like, you have to stop that mentality if you've continued to keep trying on your own. Like,
Mhm.
I have no doubt that you would be able to do it, right? If you truly wanted to, but there's no reason to do it by yourself.
Mhm.
I know I could have done it by myself. I did do it by myself, right? Like, I had really great progress for that whole entire year up until I started coaching. So I could have 100% did it, but like you said, it would have just probably taken me a lot longer, a lot more energy, a lot more stress that I just knew I didn't have the capacity to give in my season of life. So if you're in a spot of wanting that support and you want somebody in your corner, like, you have to run at it now, and just do it because you will not regret it. Absolutely
Mhm.
won't regret
So good.
it.
Totality really was made to get women to a place where they can go off on their own.
Hmm.
I didn't want it to be a coaching service where you have to stay because you have no idea how to maintain this in real life scenarios. I wanted it to be something that people wanted to stay in because of how much more it added to their life, but it
Yeah.
wasn't a requirement. And I feel like it's such a testament to how you maximized your time in totality that you are now in a position to go off and truly do that confidently on your own with
Hmm.
no question about it. Could you do it maybe a little bit more consistently with support? Sure, anyone could,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
I have no doubt that you're going to go off and just like absolutely crush life because you've had these systems in place for 6 months and you've been so on point and consistent with following through on that. And as things come up, you asked and took advantage of the coaching relationship there.
Yeah.
You're such a leader and you're so curious and you're so self aware. And those three aspects of just you and who you are, I think made this such a fun coaching relationship for me, but I think are such highlights of your character. And I think what are going to so help you continue to succeed, not only with your health and wellness, but truly the rest of your life and anything else that you take on.
Oh, thank you.